Darren here, and welcome to another video, this time on how we can insert videos into Google Forms and Google Forms quizzes. So let's get started. I've got myself set up here as a Google form and it's already set as a quiz. I went up to my settings cog here and chose quizzes and made this a quiz. And I've made it so that students are going to get their score back immediately, but they're not going to see the correct answers when they get them. Okay, so I've got 3 questions that I put in my form. They're true or false questions, and students are going to be redirected based on their answers. So how can we insert videos into forms is my first question. So from YouTube, using the icon on the right, and I would ask them to choose true or false. Now, just to show how that works, is if I click into this question, I can then go to add video here, and I can choose from YouTube something like, for example, the Hadron Collider. And I can search YouTube for a suitable video. I want one that's quite short, so I'm going to go with that 2-minute one there, and I'm going to select that and add it in. And it's added it in underneath here. So we might ask them to do that as an example, to watch this video. So this is just a demonstration really, and we can say watch this before answering the next question, for example, and that inserts the whole video ready for the students to watch. Okay, my next question is, can you do that using the YouTube URL from a specific place in the video? Okay, true or false? And the answer is true. And finally, from a recorded screencast via Google Drive, and again, the answer is true. So let me show you how that's going to work. Okay, for this first question, I've got it set as a required question, and in the answer key, I've said that the answer is true, and I'm going to give 1 point. And add answer feedback, I'm just going to say here, for incorrect answers, you use the add video icon to the right. Okay, and that's all I'm going to put in there as feedback for those students if they get the wrong answer. And that was an example of doing it. With this second one, using the YouTube URL from a specific place in the video, again, I'm going to click on this one, and the answer is true. I'm going to assign it 1 point, and you can see I've already put in here an example. So I'm just going to empty that. I'm going to come back into answer feedback, and I'm going to go and find a video about the Large Hadron Collider. And I'm just going to choose a point in the video where I want it to start, 1 minute 53. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to copy the video URL at the current time. So I've copied that, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, watch this again, and try 1 more time. And I'm going to click on the link rather than the video. I'm going to click on the link. I'm going to enter that URL. I'm just going to say watch, and I'm going to add it and save it. Okay. And then similar sort of thing for the screencast. I'm going to make sure my screencast is saved in my Google Drive already. I click on here. I'm going to make it that the answer is true. I'm going to make it that it's worth 1 point. And you'll notice there's already one in there, so I'm just going to take that out. So add answer feedback for incorrect answers. I come to Screencastify. I choose a video that I want to use, maybe for example, forms. Click on here and I can get the shareable link. I might need to turn link sharing off so that anyone with the link can view. I'd copy that, come back in here, enter it in the feedback. I'd say, watch this video for more information. So this is how you can give students more direct advice. I'd put the link in there. I'd say, watch this. But what I could also do is a similar thing for correct answers. I'm just going to add that in. For correct answers, I might add a further video as extension so that if they got it right, they then get asked to go on and do the next task. Or it could even be a link to another form, which is a little bit harder, or another document that's the next task for them. And then I click save. So now I go up to my preview, and this is what the students would see. So I know I can enter from YouTube on the right, but I'm going to say it's false. I can watch this video. There we go. That's absolutely fine. I can watch from a specific place in the video if I go with the wrong answers here. We'll come back to one other way we can do it afterwards. So I'm going to submit, and it gives me my option to view the score. Just takes a while to load. Here we come. So here's my feedback. Use the video icon to the right. Here is my feedback. Watch this video. Now we might get an advert first. Yeah, he is. But we skip the ads, and you'll notice it started at that 1 minute 52. Okay, so it started at that right point that we wanted it to start, and we can just close it back down again. And then here we can click on watch, and it takes us to the preview of the video, and we can watch it from here. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. The other way you can insert the videos into your actual form, exactly as we've just been looking at, instead of having it in the feedback, is to come into the questions and say, for example, if we wanted an extra question here, we might add another question in that is, how many scientists are in this video, for example, and we can't put the video straight in, but what we can do is use the description and say, watch the video here, and add in that link to watch the video. Make it a required question if we want. And then when we come as a student and we're looking at it, we can see that the link is there to the video that we want to go and watch, and we can just come in and watch it in exactly the same way as we did in the feedback. Okay, so that's 3 different ways, or 4 different ways really, of how you can insert videos either from YouTube at various different points, or your own videos and screencasts that you've made within Google Forms.